Right, we're going to have a look at this cowboy tournament that's going on. We've got Capo playing Shane G Money, and this looks like alternate cowboy where you have to pot a ball and then carom a ball until you get to 90, and then it's caroms all the way up to 100. And then finally you have to get off the one ball to win the rack, or win the match in this case. Now I noticed that Capo, who has been heavily handicapped, he's got a crazy rating of 260. I don't know how that got as low as that, which seems extraordinary. And he's getting 71 points. So Shane G Money's chasing him down. Capo's stuck in 90, and Shane G Money looking to get on a par with him. Well, he's going to scratch there, I think. And that's not going to count. That'll come up as a not a carom up in the top corner, although you can't see it with the webcam, but that's what it said. Now, for anybody who happens to stumble across this video, Cowboy is a game, as you see, that's played with just the 3 numbered balls. You've got the 1 ball, and the 1 ball sits on the middle spot in the kitchen end to start the match, and the 5 ball sits on the middle spot, and the 3 ball sits on the head spot. And you score points by the numerical value of each ball that you pot. The objectives to, first of all, there's 3 sequences to Cowboy. You've got the first sequence, which is to 90 points, and you can pot a ball by just potting it into the pocket, or caroming one ball from one ball to another to get a point. What makes this version of Cowboy more difficult is that you have to do alternate shots, so you must pot a ball, and then your next shot after that will be a carom, and this is generally what makes these matches take a bit longer to play. So right now Shane is potting a ball, so that 5 ball will be spotted in the middle spot. And now he has to carom a ball. Now I don't know whether he can do that by running through after the 5, because the cue ball's going to run away. There isn't a good angle there to do it, I don't think. And there's a danger of the 5 ball pushing the 3 out of the way. Well, he's going to scratch again, so whatever points he made there, those 11 points are going to go down the pan. And he's back to 73. Capo tried to play the carom by going up and down the table. He was forced into doing that because the cue ball had scratched, and he can't play those 2 balls directly in the kitchen with cue ball in hand. But that's an easy point for Shane. And now he has to pot a ball. Probably better actually potting the 1 ball and getting it on the spot. But he's taking the point, so he's moved on to 79. And again, at this stage of the game, you've got to keep your concentration and don't lose count, because you can score quite a lot of points and then lose them by not getting to 90 exactly. Well, that's not going to count, I don't think. Oh, it is. I got the pot. Right, so that's him on 88. Now he needs a carom, which you can easily get from the 3 to the 5. Well, he's missed it. But he'll keep his points. And he's just 3 points behind Capo now, who now can only score by carom shots. And he's going to scratch as well. Now this isn't going to help Shane because he's only got the 5 ball out in the open, so he has to play up the table and spin the cue ball off this 5 around the table to try and hit the 3 or the 1 to score a point. Or he could draw back. I think he might be trying to draw back, I'm not sure. I think he's trying to draw directly onto the 1, which he's managed to do, but unfortunately he's sunk the 5. So that 5 would have taken him over the 90. So he loses his points and goes back to 88. And Capo gets a thin carom there. Gets another, and these balls are sitting nice if he just takes his time. Well, he's miscued. And again, with that being a foul, he loses his 2 points. Right, so now Shane is on 90, and he's now into the carom sequence from 90 to 100. Gets the thin edge, but once again he's banked to 5 and potted it, so he's back to 88 again. I think that's about the 3rd time he's been back to 88. Oh dear, I think Capo's hooked himself here. He's hooked himself behind that point of the rail. Well, this is going to end up a gift here for Shane. An easy one to start with. Now at this stage of the game you've got to try and get the weight of your caroms quite well, because if he pushes this 3, can maybe push it, well, he got it far too thin, but it's worked out. The double kiss from the 1 onto the 3 has set it up for a carom onto the 5. I don't know what shot he sees here. Oh, mind you, he's only an 88, wasn't he? That's right, he had to get to 90, so yeah, I'm losing track myself here. I'm so busy focused on the balls on the table, I'm not looking at the score. So now he's back to 90, but he's missed a carom, an easy one. But this time though, he doesn't lose his points because he's not made a foul. again, this is sitting nice for a carom here. But he's going to lose it. One ball's going into the pocket. That's what happens when you bang the balls far too hard when you don't need to. And again, another easy starter, but Shane hasn't got his eye in. I can't work out how Capo managed to get down to 260 points in his ratings. He must never have won a cowboy match. That's the only way he can end up with as low a rating as that. He's never ever won a cowboy match in a tournament. Now that's not going to help matters because the 3 balls hanging over the corner pocket, so it's effectively out of commission unless somebody plays a delicate shot onto it. So they're really only working with the 2 balls at the moment. And again, a nice delicate shot from the 1 onto the 5. You don't need to thump this, you just need to hit it thin. And he hit it far too thick, but is he going to catch the edge of the 3? Well, that's a perfect shot. He didn't play it, but he's got the point. And what that does is it gives Capo a 4-point lead. And this doesn't favour either player here having this 3 ball over the corner because it stifles the opportunities to make points. The old miscue. But no harm down, you don't lose any points for a miscue. It's only the points that you score that you actually lose while you're in play. Well, I think for the sake of both of them, this 3 ball needs to get knocked into the pocket. Shane spotted a 1 ball. In fact, why didn't he pot the 3 ball instead? I don't know why. That's another foul. Now will that 5 ball spot? Yes it does, so that makes an easy start for Shane again. Oh dear. I got that far too thick. An easy carom. And again he's left an easy one for Capo. But I don't know what Capo's trying to do. A chance to run off the right hand edge of that one ball and play it soft down towards the three, but Shane's played the old power shot, the sort of hit and hope. And Capo, well, he's done a wee bit of a favour there. He's managed to jam the three into the jaws and brought it out a wee bit, so it's in a better position as long as it doesn't get hit full on. And well, that's now opened the game up. That's got the three ball in play, and now we've got a chance of getting this match done. Again, an easy point. Now, Shane doesn't want to get too brash here with this shot. He doesn't want to set this cue ball running all over the place. He misses the third one, but he's got his 2 points. So now he's just trailing by 2. Oh, this is going to be a fluke. Oh dear. Capo misses the 5 ball. Hits the 1 and then nudges the 3 and gets the point. Oh dear. And now he's, look at the way he's sitting here. Now he can probably draw off the 3 back onto the 1 here. He played that too gentle. He needed to get a lot more draw into it to get a quicker reaction. But as it is, it's another 2 points in the bag. And he stretched his lead to 4 points. And Shane immediately has just scratched. But again, the 2 balls are in the kitchen here at the bottom of the table. They're out the game. And Capo can only try and billiard either of them off this 5 ball. Well, he's tried to bank up and down and split them. Completely missed it, and now he's given away a gift. An easy point for Shane. He doesn't want to hit these too hard. He wants to keep them close, but he split them. That 1 ball's going to sit nice. And Capo's come to the table and he's got another easy carom. He just doesn't want to cut that 5 in though. And he's completely missed it. Well, I think these guys needs their eye test. I thought I had bad eyes. Again, there's no penalty for the miss. But the penalty there is that Capo's got another point in the board. And he's got another easy one. Just thin off this 1 ball. Very thin. And the cue ball can drop onto the 5. And he's almost got them gathered. So he's moved to 98. Oh dear, that's a disaster. He's thinned it and went in off. And immediately lost his 2 points. dear. Poor Shane. I'll loan you my glasses here, my friend. I must admit I've got problems with seeing the edge of the balls in this game, but I don't think I miss as often as that. Again, illegal shot, potting the one ball. One ball comes up though, and that's going to go on to that break spot. And another easy carom here. Well, I don't know. I don't know what Capo's doing. I mean, did he not see the... Is he trying to lose? You not see the easy carom from the 1 to the 3? Capo scratches again. Shane finally gets another point. And again, those two balls are sitting there nice. You can edge off the 3 into that 5, just a plain ball. But I think he seems to want to do spectacular things. And again, another legal shot. Well, this match could be never ending here. I hope this is a final. I'll certainly not be watching another one. When you get two, shall we say, inexperienced players at the game, it can go on for quite a long while. They're continually potting balls at the wrong time here. Let's have a look at the calendar. Where are we? When did this tournament start? Is this a tournament? I presume it is. 15 ball. Well, there we are. Right, so... Well, we've got one player waiting in the final. They're waiting on the outcome of this match. One player's got a bye. Right, now Shane's a point behind. You can go thin off the yellow, just a soft nudge onto the 5, and the cue ball could run to the rail. Now he's hit that far too hard, because he could have then went on off the edge of one of those balls and went over to the 3. So it's Shane who now takes a 2-point lead. He's on a run of 3. He doesn't want to lose them. And that'll do. Protect your points. Don't do anything stupid. Again, Capo comes to the table with an easy carom. This time he's managed to keep the balls out the pockets. And he's got another easy one. Edge off that 3 onto the 1. And again he seems to want to put a lot of fancy spin in the cue ball and ends up miscuing and losing his point. In the meantime, Shane gets another crucial point. Well, that almost worked. Lots of inside English to try and check the cue ball across to the 5. Only fell a couple inches short. But Capo still hanging in there, gets another point. And he's got another one. Now he doesn't want to give these away. Now, believe it or not, that was a sensible thing to do, is do anything but something silly and lose the points by scratching or potting a ball. So he just pushed to the 3, which was a wise move. So Capo's just a point behind. Oh dear, what's Shane done here? 3 balls run down right next to the 5 and just a soft carom needed. And that's just stupidity, doing something like that. There's no excuse. He's just giving it away there. Well, I don't know what's going on in these players' heads, but this is another free carom for Capo, and now the match is all square. And the problem is the one ball's hanging over the pocket. But the one ball's perfect just to follow it in to win the match if he can get another point. And now he's fouled and he's lost his point. Well, Shane's potted a one. One gets respotted. He still leads by a point. But control's gone to Capo, who almost got the carom in the three there. And another miscue. Miscues all over the place here in this game. Capo playing with a house cue. The house cue is a basic cue in VP4. There's not a lot of power in it, and there's a fair bit of squirt on it as well when you're playing shots. And Capo needs to remap his replay button. Put it onto the backspace, then you won't accidentally hit it. A chance to run around the angles off the 5 and get down to the 1 and the 3 here. He's played entirely the wrong shot, and again he's gathered the 5 and the 3, and this should be an easy point for Shane. So now, well, I was going to say he's at the point of no return, but he's actually just snookered himself in the one ball. And now he has to nominate the pocket he's going to scratch into off the 1, but he can't hit the 1. So he's fouled the 3 and he's going to lose that point and go back to 99. And Capo gets the carom one way or another. And now the match is tied up at 99 points all. And a soft draw off the 3. Not hard, just soft. Well, he's got that wrong as well. I wish these players would just take their time. Too much of a hurry. Unfortunate. Got the carom but pushed the 3 in, so back to square one. Still tied up 99 all. Both players waiting on 1 point to get to that 100, so they can play the final shot in the 1 ball. Is that going to get there? No, it's not going to reach. But yet again, Capo has an easy carom off the 5 onto the 3 and he's missed it. He needed to stun that more. Likewise for Shane. Let's have a look. He's got an easy carom onto the 3 here, off the edge of the 5. Could even hit it off the bottom rail here, in behind the 3. And he's banging these balls way too hard. Bit of right hand English off the 3 ball, push that cue ball down towards the 5. That would be the shot, because there's a big margin of error down there. Well, he tried it another way, but he's going to get the 3 instead. Doesn't matter how he does it, he's on to 100. And now he's trying to scratch off the 1 down past that 5 ball, I think. I think that's the one, that's the pocket he's nominated. No joy, but he keeps his 1 point and he stays on 100. Oh no, he hit the other ball. Right, my mistake that time. So we're back all square again. Didn't notice he'd hit the 5 there, so loses the point. Is that going to make it? Oh, wrong spin. This time surely Shane G Money is going to edge the 3 onto the 5. No, he's going from the 1. Probably better leaving that 1 ball there and doing nothing with it. And again, far too hard. So every time one of these players gets to the table with a chance, they seem to just want to throw it away. But Capo has the first real opportunity to go in off the 1 into the bottom left hand corner pocket. He misses it and the cue ball is scratching. And Shane can't play the 1 ball directly, so he has to try and probably carom off that 3, or he's going to try off the side rail and bump it across to the 3 off the 5. Oh well, disaster again. He spotted the 3. Oh dear. Oh. Well, it feels like 2 hours. I know it hasn't been as long as that, but it's like a mild form of torture watching this. Both players stuck in 99. Capo scratching again at the wrong time. Well, that must have been 3 fouls then. That must be what that is. Yep, thank God for that though. So Shane G Money's won the match by default, and Capo's got yet another lost his collection. Well, that's a good name. Marijuana. Another new name I've never seen. But I don't think we'll be watching that final. And not a lot else happening. I think we'll call that quits, folks. I think that's probably the best thing to do.